Since I can remember, my older sister wanted to be a doctor. She went hard in school and was bringing home straight A's every year. I didn't know what I wanted to be. I was bringing home empty PSP boxes with weed inside them. But whatever. Ah, shit. None of my parents really expected anything academically out of me. I mean, they yelled and bitched on the daily, but I never studied, I never did homework. Heck, half of the time, I didn't even bring my backpack home. So needless to say, when it came time to apply for university, hopes weren't too high for the boy. Hopes for my sister, on the other hand, were next level. She was volunteering at old folks' homes, working jobs, getting reference letters written, the whole nine to get into a top university in the province. Me, on the other hand? Well, my uncle owns a car dealership, so I just called him up and said, "Yo, hook up some volunteer hours." And he did. So I just stayed home and collected the volunteer hours I needed to meet the school's requirements. But around grade 11, I started reading more self-help, discovering things like copywriting and direct response, and started to go hard in those aspects. A side benefit of doing so was my grades in school somehow started to improve as well. I ended the year with the 82.5 average, which wasn't great by any stretch of the imagination, but it was like going from rags to riches for me. Anyhow, around this stage, it was time to apply to university. Since I was a youngin', I always thought I would just end up at the local college down the street. You know, community college type of shit. Just get the degree to make the rents happy and be on your way. That was the plan. But then I had a funny thought. How funny would it be if I got accepted into the same university as my older sister? At this time, the acceptance rate for my sister's university was very low. So the next thought I had was a limiting one.
Come on, Tej. That would never happen. Don't even entertain the thought. Just fill out the application to the college down the street and call it a day.
So I did. I filled out that application, sent it, and then I did what I always tell you to do. I said, fuck it. Let's just submit an application to my sister's university too. What the hell? So I opened it up, and on the first page it said, minimum grade requirement 83% average. I looked at my average of 82.5 and said, whatever, close enough. I guess they'll just have to round up a bit, no big deal, and hit proceed, filling out the fields until it was time for the essay questions. The essay questions was where I was planning to make my mark. This is the case because prior to this, I had been going hard with copywriting. I had read all of Halbert's, Carlton's, Schwartz, Kennedy's stuff, so I knew how to work the pen a little bit. I knew how to get the people going. This was my one and only skill. So I fired open a Word doc and typed out the essay question at the top. I forgot what it was, but it was probably some generic shit like, why should we let you in? So I took a deep breath, prayed to the gods of direct response, and reverse engineered the question like any good copywriter would by getting inside my target's head. I asked myself, what type of person does this university accept and why? What's in it for the university? Then I brainstormed answers. For the question, what type of person does this university accept? I was doing a lot of thinking and thought, well, they probably accept smart, talented, ambitious individuals who want to put their name on the map. The reason they accept these individuals is because they're likely to perform well in the university without getting kicked out, so the university continues to receive tuition, plus has a higher completion and success rate. This means these individuals are more likely to get fancy jobs, which the university can then use as marketing to get more students to enroll. What's in it for the university is this university wants to build an alumni network of highly successful, aka rich people, so they can collect donations from these individuals in the future, plus use their name as marketing to get more and more students to enroll in the university. Generic shit like that is what I came up with. Then I took out a page of the good old copywriting manual and listed down everything I had going against me. Shit grades? Check. Low volunteer hours? Check. No real work experience? Check. I knew I had to address these objections, otherwise my application would come across as one big joke, which it kind of was, but I didn't obviously want them to know that. So I brainstormed answers to the questions. Then I rolled up my imaginary sleeves and told the mother of all stories. My entire essay used the copywriting storytelling approach while addressing the above objections while highlighting the benefits the university would gain. The whole essay took me about 45 minutes. Then I rolled down my imaginary sleeves, hit submit, didn't tell anyone, and was done with it. That was a funny joke, I thought. Then weeks went by and more weeks. I didn't hear anything back. Then I forgot about it, out of mind completely.
1 week later.
Shortly thereafter, a letter arrives in the mail. My mom sorts the mail, sees the university's logo on one of the letters, and calls my sister down. "There's a letter from your university for you," she says. My sister walks down and grabs the letter. "Mom, this isn't for me. It's for Tej." "For Tej?" my mom replies. "Why is your university sending a letter to Tej?" "I don't know." "Tej!" "Yeah? There's a letter for you from your sister's university. Open it." At this moment, my thought was simple. Oh fuck, I instantly thought. I had totally forgotten about this, and this is probably the rejection letter. And this is going to be crazy embarrassing. And I'm going to be the source of laughter for weeks to come because my family has no chill. But whatever. I open it and read the first line. The first line says, "Congratulations, you've been accepted." I start laughing, and then I show my mom. "Is this some joke?" "No way," she responds. "No idea," I reply. Truthfully, I thought it was a joke too. Nobody could believe it, but it was real.
Several long days later.
Next week, I go back to high school, and the law teacher goes around asking everybody what university they're going to after graduation. He asks me, and I tell him. "No, seriously, Tej, what university?" he replies. I tell him again. "No way." "That's what I said," I reply, and the entire class laughs. Shortly thereafter, my friend from the class walks over to me and says, "Dude, what the fuck? I have a 95% average and I didn't get accepted. How the fuck did you get accepted?" And it was at that moment I realized that the grades you get matter, but a little bit of copy goes a much longer way. The reason I'm sharing this story is because if I didn't get into that university, I would have continued hanging with the same friends. I would have continued thinking small. I would have continued doing what everybody around me was doing, and there is no doubt in my mind that I would be working a dull 9 to 5 right now as a result and hating life. Copywriting ultimately saved my life because by getting into that university, my entire paradigm shifted and my friend circle changed, which in return allowed a new and improved Tej to be born. So maybe it'll save your life too in ways you can't even imagine right now. That's why I highly recommend that you learn copywriting. And as far as my sister goes, this story has a happy ending for her too. She ended up making her dreams come true and became a doctor. That's it for this video. Thanks for listening and watching. Your friend, Tej.